following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Arizona. Brother Mike is back on the radio. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. We're ready to go. Today's Bible study. Breakup magic. Today on Hardcore. Hey, will you call somebody and tell them the radio program's on? Kind of got a new age program for you today. Very odd one. My announcements are this. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. We're downtown in Central Phoenix, 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road, red brick building. If you go to the website, hardcorechristianity.com, you'll see all of our ministry services. When you go to the website, please sign up for one of our free seminars. We have women's seminars, monthly seminars. I have a special teaching class I do on the fourth Saturday of every month. Please hit the PayPal button and send us another donation. Thanks for supporting us for the last 19 years. Sister Karen's on the homepage of the website. Thank you for all the referrals you've sent to her to list your house for sale. She loves working with born-again Christians. On the website, you can catch all of our past radio programs. Our Thursday and Friday night services at 7 o'clock have preaching, teaching, healing, and deliverance, and they are streamed live on our YouTube teaching channel. It's on youtube.com/houseofhealingaz. The ministry line phone number is 602-636-5800, and send me an email, mike@hardcorechristianity.com. Breakup magic. Have you ever wondered what happened to your young daughter? She's crying in her bedroom. You walk in and say, "Honey, what's bothering you?" "Nothing, Dad. Nothing, Mom. I don't want to talk about it." Well, what happened is she's been reading a satanic publication called Teen Vogue. Teen Vogue is one of Satan's major weapons in the United States to pollute the minds of our young people and destroy them with New Age witchcraft. The two things Teen Vogue focuses on most, obviously, are the superficial things are, things like fashion and clothing and that kind of stuff. That's the draw your child in. The magazine targets 12, 13, and 14-year-old girls. They're trying to get them early, but their main trick is sexual perversion and witchcraft. That's their number one thing. And the reason Satan loves witchcraft so much, beyond the obviousness of it, familiar spirits are the root cause of all forms of witchcraft. Things like sorcery, New Age, false doctrines, false religions. The whole thing revolves around the most dangerous demons in the world, which are familiar spirits. They're capable of performing miracles. They are overrunning our churches in the United States, particularly prophetic and charismatic churches, bringing in fake signs and wonders and false miracles and trips to heaven and all the other stuff that's on Sid Roth's program. But if you look in Deuteronomy chapter 18, you will see something very scary and very important. Yahweh, or Jehovah, the great Hebrew God, took the people out of the land of Egypt and brought them to the promised land. And when they got there, he gave them certain warnings, obviously, many of them, but one of them was extremely important, listed in Deuteronomy chapter 18. "Thus saith the Lord, quote, there shall not be found among you anyone that makes his son or daughter to pass through the fire." That's a reference to Moloch, the king of the gods, who required child sacrifices for worship. And then it says, "There shall not be found among you anyone that uses divination, that is an observer of times, that is an enchanter, a witch, a charmer, a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard or necromancer." Lots of necromancy going on in our society today. Reality shows have been several of them about people who communicate with the dead. They talk to your dead relatives. That is a product of familiar spirits, and that kind of behavior will damn your soul to hell forever. And Teen Vogue is one of Satan's great tools to promote New Age and witchcraft among 12, 13, 14-year-old girls. They're after your daughter, and they are coming for them, and there's not that much you can do about it when you are not aware of what's going on. Hence the purpose of this radio program. Reaching out to all my dads and moms out there, watch it. Your child is being stalked. Here's an article in Teen Vogue. It just came out a couple of days ago. Quote, love is exciting and glorious and passionate until it's not. Unfortunately, we've all been there. Anyone who had to navigate the post-breakup blues can attest that heartbreak is one of the worst feelings ever, especially since it triggers so many different insecurities within ourselves. By the way, every once in a while, Teen Vogue gets something right. That statement actually was fairly accurate. Here's the article, quote, the unavoidable side of being human is that we love hard, which means we can lose hard. When it's time to let go of a tough relationship, or hurting hearts can make the process that much more difficult. Luckily, there's a magical way to cure this. When casting a spell to heal painful emotions, you have to really want to move on. No lurking, no checking in, no you up texts, no planning random encounters in which you accidentally bump into them at the local coffee shop. You must want to move forward. Okay, here goes Teen Vogue again, throwing in something that is reasonably true. This statement could have been made for someone who wants to actually be delivered from demons, or be healed, or fulfill their destiny in Christ. You have to really want to do it. You have to actually want to move forward. Teen Vogue's right about that. Back to the article, quote, here's the magical instructions to mend a broken heart. Make sure to follow these instructions in order. Number 1, do this spell during a full moon. That's a magical time of healing and letting go. Oh, really? Number 2, clear out and get rid of your ex's belongings. Don't arrange a meetup with them. Keep your boundaries strong by mailing it all to them. Don't give it to them in person. By holding onto their clothes, coffee mugs, or books, you are energetically keeping the relationship alive. Okay, there you go. Teen Vogue actually giving some good advice. Amazing. Quote, those sheets that you slept on together in bed. Okay, remember, they're talking to your 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old daughter now. Throw them in the spin cycle until you can no longer feel your ex-partner's presence on them. Okay. Quote, while being sure to practice fire safety, burn lavender and open a window to release the grief of trauma about the breakup. Fresh air can also help you find solace in your post-relationship emotions, pull you out of your funk, and bring you a wave of calm. There you go. Just open your window. That'll work. Quote, next one, try visualization. Imagine a bunch of cords tethered in a knot placed between you and your ex. Use mindful meditation to separate the cords that are stuck together. Identify which ones are unhealthy ones and which cords are not unhealthy. Then imagine the cords dissipating. Dissipating, that's a pretty big word to use for a 12-year-old girl. Well, I guess they think they have online dictionaries. Quote, try cutting them out of your energetic field. This is a way to remove toxic people and situations from your life for good, as you are giving them no energy to feed off of. How do you like this advice from Teen Vogue for your 14-year-old daughter? Pretty good? Well, I'm not done. They've got more advice. Here it is. Quote, tie 2 pieces of black thread together. One piece of thread represents you and the other one represents your ex. Cut it in half. practicing fire safety, light a candle, make it a black candle, to rid yourself of their energetic hold on your heart. This will sever the emotional ties that you're holding onto the relationship and help you move forward. I hope your 14-year-old daughter is getting a full load of this. Can you believe this satanic garbage? Here's the article, quote, "This should be followed with a cleansing bath with Epsom salt to cleanse your aura field, pink quartz crystals to heal your heart chakra, and Florida water for purification," unquote. This is all New Age witchcraft sorcery advice from Teen Vogue to your young daughter, trying to get her heavily infected with demons and get her involved in the world of witchcraft. Quote, "Finally, light a white candle with your name carved into it to reignite the joy within yourself and to mend your emotional wounds. You can also light a pink candle with your name carved into it to attract a new romance. After all, there are more fish in the sea, but just be careful. You don't want to end up rebounding too hard," unquote. Boy, this advice is really helpful. Trying to take care of your 12-year-old daughter using witchcraft, sorcery, and spells to get rid of the ex and to attract a new boyfriend. Teen Vogue magazine just trying to help out. What's happening here? The false prophet is probably, and again, I can't prove this, but I believe it to be true. The false prophet of Revelation is the most dangerous occult artist in the history of the world. Nothing's ever been seen like him. I think he's alive somewhere on the planet, probably in junior high, possibly even in high school, and he is going to hit the world like a juggernaut. He is the one who causes the Antichrist to rise to power. He has supernatural powers beyond anything we've ever seen before, and all the familiar spirits on the planet Earth, there's trillions of them, or billions of them, whatever it is, they are preparing the world for his arrival, and this is one of the ways they're doing it. They're trying to steal your daughter's souls. If your daughter has been infected with demons, they don't have to stay there. They will not stay there. Bring her to the Children's Deliverance Service on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Look on the website for the times and the date. It's the first Saturday of the month. The months are listed on the website on the calendar tab. Your children can be delivered from witchcraft demons, and if you don't do it now, you'll never be able to do it later.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.